Mod time is here for Farm Sim 25, and not only mods, today we also have a couple new maps as well, including one you guys have been waiting on, Arkansas of America. A total 18 mods, all platforms with 9 new and 2 update, and PC Mac players with 2 new and 5 updates. Check those timestamps as per usual, and let's jump right in. Starting off today, we got a new map for you for all platforms, Arkansas of American from Samuel Bautista Modding. Now, I've already released a mod preview of this, so definitely go check that out if you haven't seen it already, but now I guess it's a map tour. I should probably go change the title of that video. At this point, this is the 2X version, or the I guess you call it the 1X version of the 4X map. If you're on PC, there's actually a 4X version of this. This is the one for everybody. We got a bunch of rice fields on here, like a bunch of them. We also have some really big fields down the middle of the map here. And yeah, you could plow these together and rock and roll, making them one of the biggest fields that I think Farming Simulator has for crossplay, which is pretty insane. What we get, though, in new farmer mode is going to be down here on the bottom right-hand side. We see farmland that we own, and that is the only spot. So we have one field. Well, why don't I just pop down here and show you? If we take a look, we've got one field that is ready to go. It's got bales on it ready to be picked up. If I enable my handy-dandy HUD there we go. We can take a look and see, what is it? Well, it is grass. What can you do with that? Well, you can wrap it up. That's what you can do. So I would definitely do that. Make some silage, sell it, boom, money. We do have a field of wheat ready to go. And then we've got a couple fields that are in different states. There are no new crops for this, so just a quick heads up through there. Here is your crop calendar. As far as animals, we do have, holy cow, that's a bunch, 82 regular Holsteins and 250 little babies, and then that is in one cow barn. And then we have in another cow barn, less, I guess is a good word to use, 5 18-month-old, 2 6-month-old, and 10 newborns in that one. So heads up through there. As far as our contracts go, we have a bunch of them in here. Now, I've gone through a fast forward time, I think about 3 hours. We start off around 8 a.m. It's currently 11 a.m. and I've turned off my contract mod. So what we see is what you may expect to get. We do have some harvesting there. Biggest field on the map, $82,000. Yep, I will definitely do that. What's the leasing reward? $1,000 to lease all that? Yeah, I'll definitely do that. That'll be great. No production chains owned, but we do a bakery, carpentry, cement factory, cereal factory, dairy, grain mill, paper factory, sawmill, and the tailor shop. So that is pretty nice. And then as far as our vehicles go, we can take a look and see. We've got quite a few pieces of equipment through here. Similar-ish to base game, but we have, well, what I would consider more. Much more. We've also got a couple farms around as well, so there's not just one, there's quite a few. So we've got the one right here, which is at the bottom right hand corner of the map, kind of, you know, all to your lonesome. Up near the top right hand corner of the map, actually up the main road, we've got another one right here. And on the left side of the map, we've got one more. This is the one that's got that absolutely massive cow barn on it. And of course, as we mentioned, we have a bunch of rice fields, and I mean a bunch of them, dude. They are all over the place, all the way up here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, and they're ready for harvest as well. So if you want to start it off, you could definitely start this off as a American rice field. Go for it. And we have another new map for you guys. This is Portugal South from FSPT. They say the map is based on the southern region of Portugal with original relief. Well, at least it's not spicy. The map brings its own space marked for the factories, 3 points of sale, 26 fields of various sizes, and also has a farm space with a farmhouse, silo, and sheds. If some of that didn't make any sense, you're with me. I just read through the mod desk. That's all. This was quite big, 750 megabytes. There are a bunch of trees, to be fair. There's only one required mod. The previous one didn't have any. This one does have one. It's got a pretty cool shop, though. We'll hand it to it. You can select the vehicles in the menu. However, you are not able to actually get in them, which is, you know, slight bummerooski, but I guess it just is what it is. Let's see if I can keep from flying around. We can actually go in here. It's not very normal that we can get in here, but that's pretty sweet. Got Herculano on there. That's pretty sweet. All right. Dude, this is neat. We got a FarmCon here next year. This place is massive. Actually, would this work for FarmCon? So this would be like the upstairs VIP area where gold partners would go. And then down here in the showroom, this is where we could have FarmCon. Yeah, see? Right there, Benny's already set up, ready to go. Can I get my gold pass, please? I need to go upstairs. I'm hungry. The workshop's actually right in the middle here too, which is kind of cool. I like that. Come over here. Please open sesame. How do we open this? There's got to be a way. Well, I don't read Portuguese, but I'm gonna guess that means from 9 a.m. until 18 p.m. Well, 6 p.m. So if we fast forward a little bit of time, we should see it open up here in a second. Hey, there it is. All right. So we can drive straight through, nice and easy getting in and out of there. Pretty darn cool. Guess we should probably take a look at the PDA. We haven't done that yet. You own a lot of this map. I mean, a lot. There is a humongo portion right here in the middle of the map where that is all yours. This is a normal size map as well, so it's not like it's a little bit. We also have field 36, or farmland, we should call it rather, because it's not a field. It's everything in between in this whole area right here. So that's worth mentioning. When we go over to farmland here as well, most all the other areas in between cannot be purchased. We do have these areas here, but those are purchased within the fields themselves. Cannot buy the outside of the map around here, but you can through here. So I guess there's that. All of this is yours. We do have a water feature in the middle, but with the exception of dirt roads, you might be able to plow up most of this, maybe? Like this, you could definitely plow up. We'd have to get on here and spend more than 5 minutes to actually figure all that out. As far as everything else, no custom crops on here. We do have your planting schedule through there. As far as animals, we've got a cow pasture there, sheep pasture over here, chickens, pigs, and another cow pasture, but no animals owned by default. Here are all of your productions contracts. We do have a weeding contract on field number 1. That's paying out pretty darn good. As far as productions, we actually own a few. So we have the compound feed for pigs, which is actually one of the required mods. I say one of. It's the feed mixing plants from DS Power. You've probably seen me use them, as I didn't have to download them. They were already downloaded. We also have the feed for mix for cows. Very cool. And then we have quite a few other things through here as well, which are just on the map themselves. And then a bunch more here too, as far as our, the rest of them goes. My brain just stopped working there. I don't know if you could tell. And then if we jump over to vehicles, we have quite a few through here. Definitely not getting base game vibes. Definitely some cool stuff through there. I like it. And if you needed to see it, here is your required mod, the feed mixing plants from DS Power. Moving on, we got a new tractor for all platforms, the Steyr 8140, 8165. As far as power goes, it's not actually listed in here, but if we back out and take a look at the bottom, between 120 and 180. Additionally, it does show what the horsepower is, at least on the mod hub. So if you wanted to go in there and put it around, you can. We start off with actually fenders. We have a small set in the front, then we go with a wider set, or you can go with none. Engines, the 8140's got 120 horsepower, the 8150 turbo's got 135, the 8150 tuning's got 180 horsepower, and the 8165 has the turbo on there. It's got 150. So interestingly, the 8150 tuning is the most powerful, so we'll go with that one. Wheel brands, you got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, and Verdistan, as well as Nokian. And then we have all of the above, all kinds of stuff through there. You do have nice twin wheels, rear twins. We've got a interesting one where it's regulars with the narrow on the outside. I know those are used in parts of the world. I don't think we really use them here in the States much. And then we've got one here with a wheel weight. We'll leave it on that one for reasons that will become obvious a little bit later on. We also have some beacons on here, and it's pretty cool. This is kind of one of my favorite ways. So they got left, right, both, or none. But that's not all. We got 8 different designs. Hang on. Let me put these on both sides. There we go. So now you can see all different designs that you could choose from of the beacons. I like them. These are a little bit interesting. I need to figure out what those are. Everything else, we have a forestry cage on here with a yes or a no. Do note that your beacon can stay on there. It's pretty sweet. And then we've got front loader for quickie, hauler, and then we've got lizard. And they do say that the lizard one is actually the MP lift. So if you've got that front loader installed, it should work perfectly fine on here. Then we've got colors for all the stuff. Chassis, hang on. This is the easiest way to do this. All right, so we'll go with a full blackout tractor, and we'll start with chassis. We'll show off this in white. So you can see all the pieces there in white. So we got our front loader, we've got our lift arms in the back and the front, but not the entire hitch in the back, because we actually have a color just for that, which is kind of weird in itself. Next up is our main color. Now, obviously, this is going to change up the main, but we also, for some reason, it changes up the hubs, which would not change with the main. That would change up with the chassis, but I didn't make the mod. Next up, we have design. We'll change this up to a white. You see, this is the rear weights, which is why I wanted to leave it there, but it's also the roof and the hood, but not the whole thing. So there is that as well. Going back over to black, we go with a grill color next. It is not a lot. It's that. Just the grill. Nothing else. Nothing wild and crazy. It just is what it is through there. Then we get the trailer hitch color. And this is the one that I was telling you about. It's just the back. It's just this trailer hitch. That's it. So there's that too. Forestry cage, we don't have this on there. Oh no, I do have it on there. There we go. So it's the forestry cage. And lastly, rim colors, which we can just leave that up and let it be what it is. By default, boom, this is what you get. But you can pretty much do anything you want with it. As far as animations go, we do have a side door, which is super creaky. I can appreciate the custom sound there. And then we also have this window over here. Just a little bit. Nothing too wild and crazy, but it's just enough to let some air in. I love it. Plus great interior here as well. We cannot forget about that. Next on our list, the New Holland TH 742s from Hispano Modding, bringing it over. Can't remember, was this in Farm Sim? Was it 22 or was it 19? I can't remember. Regardless, we got 146 horsepower on here. We do have wheel brands from Telebuck, Michelin, Continental Midas, BKT, Stan, and Anuki, and Taya. Front wheel fenders, yes or no on there. Window tint, take of 0, 25, 50, 75, and 100%. We also have plenty of color options. So the main color on this one is a yellow. One of my favorite things to do. Let's find that New Holland blue. Bam. Got it on there. Then we have a design color. We'll change this up to white. And no, we won't. We will put that to black. How about an onyx black? That works good. Ooh, what about New Holland blue on that? Ooh, too much blue. I didn't think we could get there. Then we've got the fender colors. There we go. You could change those up. Rear view mirrors, which he's been doing a lot lately. We got our engine grid too. This is just kind of the gridding on that plastic piece there. And then lastly, we have a rim color setup. I do appreciate the yellow. However, I am a big blue fan when it comes to New Holland. So this is the color setup that you can expect to see from that. Unfortunately, the New Holland logo is that gray with black and not the yellow. And as far as animations go, the mirrors actually take the place of the boom in the front. So you will have to push extra buttons just to extend out. I don't think it should have been done like that. I think they should utilize both the left bumper and right bumper for the mirrors and then just leave the boom alone, but we can still move it up and down like normal. Next, we got these guys. Of course, the day after we do a video on an auto-loading trailer, we have a regular wood trailer. At the end of the day, this trailer works exactly like the containers that we've gotten after patch 1.11. However, they're not containers. They are just trailers. We have a EU and US version, so we've got that. And apparently these sell after you sell the wood. They cost you $5,000, so they're pretty cheap, all things considered, and they hold 44,000 liters. Not a whole lot, but there's enough there. As far as specs go, we've got the Continental set as well as a Michelin set if you wanted to go with those, and then we've got colors from, well, I guess change it from white to gray, doesn't do much. Main color is going to be on your main, and rim colors down there below. Does it work with the Heisemat? Confucius say IDK, because it won't actually scoot up in there. Why do you make a truck like this if it's just gonna lower every time it connects to something? And it doesn't even connect to half the stuff. I hate this truck so much. Let's put it there. Take a look. Tool's not compatible. Of course it isn't. The only thing it's compatible with is going in the water again. This truck is an idiot sandwich, and it goes to its home, which is there. Crap, I gotta buy another one. I was sitting here messing with it, and if you fill it up with power tools or easy dev and then unfill it, it disappears. That sucks. To be fair, you cannot cheat the containers in the base game, but this one you can. It's just unfortunately it cheats you back. Now I'm assuming there's no issue when it comes to loading up with this because it doesn't say anywhere what the length is. So I'm just gonna start, I don't know, like a 5 meter log, 5 meter Scotch pine. How's that sound? Does that sound good to y'all? Sounds good to me. Now let's see all the different ways where we could cheat and load this thing up. I'm guessing it doesn't auto load because, well, yep. That's sad. Just looking at that sitting there beside it. Load it up. Come on. So then we'll come over here and we will open up the back of the trailer. Now, I'm lazy, so I'm trying to see, will it load it up in a lazy way? No, it will not. Well, darn. How about we take this and we throw it in the back like per usual? Yep. So the target is 12 meters. I think the modder forgot to put that in there, but at least now we know. Load up a couple of those and we've got it. So we know that it'll go into the side. We'll go in through the top. Don't ask how I got up here with this log. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. So can we lower down from the top? Yes, we can. Kind of neat. All right. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Let's grab ourselves another, and we will drop it. There we go. Very cool. How close do we have to get for this thing? So it looks like the trigger is the back, but it's also part of the trailer itself. So if you're curious, that is your load up kind of bit right there. And when we're all set and ready to go, we grab a handy dandy cell station right here, and boom, there it goes. Trailer is now gone. Freaking me out, man. Messes with me. I just want it to auto load. Come on. Next on our list today, we got the AGCO BalerPack. This is a pack of the Massey Ferguson and Fendt balers that we have in the base game, but they added a couple things. So in the base game, we have the wrapper design itself. We also have the round belt net on there, and I think there's one other thing. We'll do a quick double check, just that way we've got everything. Let's see, round bell net, and we also have the Ronnie wrap stuff on there as well. So that's kind of nice. As far as these AGCO ones, though, they add a few extra bits and bobs. We've got a fire extinguisher, which can be added on. At least that's around towards the very front. I really don't need this, but I do know the balers do have fire extinguishers on them in real life because there is a serious risk of these things catching on fire. Speed stickers as well. If we spin it around, we can see we've got our speed sticker up there at the top left, although this says 40, and, well, you may be going faster than that. Nonetheless, bell wrap, we've still got the Ronnie wrap in the black, the green, natural green, and empty on there, and then the round bell net, we have the Massey Ferguson stuff. One other thing that this adds that the base game one does not have is a silage additive tank. Very nice. Between 125 and 150 centimeter round bells can be made. And if we take a look here at the second version, this one also neat because we have a design on here. So we could change it up for the diesel Ross. We also have the new green setup. So a couple different things that we could do with that. How neat. And we'll end it out with a couple placeables. We have the large shed for $15,000. No daily maintenance. Doesn't look like we've got any lights either. So what you see is what you get. We also have shed, which I feel like at this point, let's just stop calling things shed. Like, come up with a name for it or something. Come on, man. We do have an upstairs to this, but your player doesn't fit up or down. So you have to, like, creep in order to get up and down these stairs. Just so you know. Creep. Up, creep to down. But once you are up here, we do have dismantle the boards. I think it's kind of neat. I don't think they appear anywhere, but they're just there or not. So that is going to be a useful trigger for you. Maybe if you need to raise these areas up a little bit, but it's not for all the areas. So there is that as well. They do say that this is perfect for storing goods or sheltering your machines. Ooh, do we have a light here? What does this do? What do you do? Turn it on, turns the shed lights on. Sweet. As far as this one goes, we do have a couple different things for customization. We got a red roof, a gray roof. We have a red roof mit solar, or with solar, and then we have the gray with solar. As far as on the side, we do have quite a few colors here, but not a bunch. So there's only a few. They've definitely had to remove colors to have that color palette. And your last new one for all platforms, the Placeable Postbox pack. This includes 6 post boxes, and I think they have all seen better days. None of them are a new set, if you would call it that. No colors, nothing like that. So what you see is what you get on these, as mentioned previously. But they do look pretty good, at least for decorations. We do have a couple updates for all platforms today, including the Valtra Valmet Series 8X50. This is going to be version 1003. Position of Steyr front loader console changed. Second Steyr front loader console for FC30 has been added, and Dashboard Live has been added, which does require the Dashboard Live mod. And your only other update for all platforms is the Small Cement Factory. It'll be version 1.1. They've added line production and increased the production speed. Now let's talk about new ones for PC and Mac players. We have the Rosensteiner Samurai 200. I believe we saw this back at Farming Simulator 22 as a mod as well. We do have a couple different setups here for a 3-point and front loader. Now we have seen a couple things similar to this already in Farming Simulator 25. Basically, this is where you put stuff. It is a small amount of stuff, 3,500 liters, but stuff nonetheless. It's also got a strap in there so you can open the fold like the silver part, bring it all the way around towards the back and lock it in. And then you could slide in other goods, pallets, anything that can be strapped down that'll fit, you can. And your only other new one for PC and Mac players is the Noli Model 83 9-arm. And the only thing you need to know about this is that it is a small cultivator. Yeah. Lastly, today we have updates for PC and Mac players. The first one's going to be Swathing Plus from BB Mods, version 1102. Down at the bottom, they've got a fix for the attempt to index nil errors, which has been integrated support for 511 fill types, fix missing growth stages on some modded maps, fix the conflict with extended straw crops, non-dropping straw with sorghum, and fixed AI, not swathing on sorghum and long grain rice. Next up, the Talex Spyder 360 version 1002. They fixed an error related to the worker. Thirdly, the Chicken Transport Trailer Pack version 1001. We got some bug fixes. They fixed the incorrect collision of the modified Steyr trailer. I don't know how to say that. And they fixed a parameter that calls the mod register itself as a DLC. Next to last, the Engine Start Plus mod version 101. They've added the option to automatically turn on the high beam, fixed a Lua error if the vehicle brand name had no name, and then fixed the engine stop timer only worked once per vehicle. And lastly, today we have an update to the Hardcore Balance mod, which confused me because it shares the same screenshots as the Chicken mod from same modder anyway. Regardless, this is version 1008. They've added a trailer car joint type for the Salic ANS 19F trailer. Now the trailer can be attached to a car. They've also added trailer and rim color changes and added a configuration for transporting chicken. So, yep, there you go. I still feel like this should be part of the chicken mod, but it is what it is. As you can see right there, it's got all the stuff and holds 32 chickens. We also have some bug fixes, which fix an incorrect collision in the modified Steyr trailer and fix a parameter that calls the mod to register itself as a DLC. Wait a minute. Is that the same update as the chicken mod? Hang on. So they're both technically incorrect, but yeah, I think they just copy and pasted a few things. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, we're done. And there it is. That is everything you need to know about the mods for today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like if you have. Get subscribed if you new. Enjoy DjGoHam. Bam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Already dropped Farm Sim News, so definitely check that out if you haven't seen it already. We talked about Carl from Steyr, a JCB dumper that's coming. It's a smaller one, but dumper nonetheless. We got some attachments for Unimogs, and we've got a big military truck coming, which is very, very cool. Otherwise, have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one.